Good morning, good morning. It is the 21st of May, and I'm Mich Carpenter. I'm a spiritual medium and channel for the Council of Eight, and I've been featured on the telepathy tapes, and it's so excited for this rebirthing, this newness that we're in. Yet it is a time of transformation, deep, deep, deep layers of transformation. And I have not gone unscathed myself this week, to be honest. Um, some some grief came up that was so deeply stored in my nervous system and in my heart that I just couldn't show up for myself or anyone else. Grief comes in layers for those of you who perhaps are feeling the intensity of life. Many of us that are here for this transformational time might be feeling scared, might have old fears come up. As I mentioned to you already, I'd had an old story, and this was to do with immigration. My husband had asked me how I truly felt about the change from coming from South Africa to New Zealand. And the word I kept using over and over again was helpless, helpless, helpless. And I am very much a processor. I'm very finely attuned into energy and vibration. And him and I were both feeling a lot of this old emotional wound that we had both stored and held on to. And I'm sharing this with you all because I know that the world can feel like it's scary right now. I know that many of us perhaps don't even know where to start on our journey of letting go. I know that many of us are already in the depth of letting go. And remember, it's allowing yourself to, it's kind of like diving deep and looking and exploring and then saying, okay, I've got to let this go. And then we become the observer again with no shame, no guilt, no despair. These are all vibrations. These are all emotions, energy in motion that we can sit with, that we suppress. And when somebody truly holds space and listens, and when you feel safe enough to be heard, it's the emotions just come and they come, and you might hear yourself sharing the story, and then the body of water just lets go. So for those of you who are in grieving, for those of you who are processing and letting go, I hear you. I am here to walk the journey with you. I know that it is incredibly, incredibly challenging. And I honor each and every single one of you for doing the depth, the inner, it feels like a sacrifice sometimes, but it's not. Okay. It's just going in and just allowing. And hence I'd had this, it just came over me where I had no idea once again. I knew, but I didn't really know. Such a difference. I knew in my head that there was some stored emotions, but when the soul is ready to release, you allow. And in my allowing, I could feel that my heart was just purging, letting go of the old pain. My head was letting go of the old stories of what once was. And it feels uncomfortable. Please know, for me, being a therapist, holding space for others is so easy in the sense of being the observer, in the sense of holding someone. And I don't mean easy because it's hard to see somebody in pain. It's hard to see somebody who's really, really, really grieving. But it's easy when I'm on this side. When I'm inside of myself, the easiest thing to do is just go, let me let it go. It's fine. I don't, no, I've done this. I've done, no. And this was just the gift that kept giving. My heart was in feeling. And what I came to realize yesterday, so this happened 2 days ago, and I couldn't even show up in a session. I had a very kind client who just said to me, Michelle, I think it feels like you need the space. And she said she's sending me love and support and prayers, and I just received them all. There was no guilt. I just had nothing to give to anyone. I had to just be. And that's how challenging sometimes grieving can be for those of us that are letting go. For those of us that are diving deep into our emotional wounds of the past. And the head kicks in and says, well, this was the past, but the body just wants to explore and let go. And just think of it as suitcases, like, oh, I'm opening up that suitcase. And sometimes we want to close that suitcase because it's full. Then other times we open up this suitcase and it's empty. And then you go, oh, what can I fill that with? But you're not too sure. Do I close it? Am I making sense? So it's a real time of exploration. It's a real time of diving deep. And I've mentioned this before, that this is the year of 9. And it's all very well when we read things and kind of just go, oh, okay, it's a year of endings. It's a year of transformations. I've done this. I've done this exercise. Well, for me still, and I'm sure for those of you who are here walking this journey, that at times it can still feel incredibly, incredibly deep. Yet the learning is that when we're going through such growth, remember, our souls are vast, they're huge. And when we're going through such growth, it's like, come on, shine, come on, shine, come on, let go. You know, we hear so much about, we're in this new golden era, this, I don't even know what to call it, but it most certainly hasn't felt like the golden era for me in the last day or two. And this isn't taking away from the fact that I'm still working with myself in terms of meditation. I can go out. I don't even know. I feel like I'm not making any sense, but I think I am. That's how it's felt this week. It feels like wires are being crisscrossed. What am I saying? What am I trying to say? And I know that this is part of our evolving. This is part of our processing. This is part of our letting go. I know that because our souls are going, come on, let's amp it up. Let's magnify. Let's amp it up. Let's magnify. And now our DNA, our strands of DNA that we are being reconnected into are saying, okay, what about now? What about now? What about now? What about now? So in order to let that what about now happen, because we only live in the present moment, yet here I am sharing human experiences of deep grieving. And it wasn't like I felt like I was in suffering. This body of water, my heart was in feeling. And sometimes it's challenging to explore that, because it's easy, I think, for most of us to suppress it. But I know that for most of us, the star seeds that are here, that are walking this journey, please know that number one, you're not going mad. And number two, it's okay to allow the deep grieving. It is okay. But remember to come out of it. Find your space of being connected to nature. Find your space of going back into meditation. Listen to something where you can uplift your frequency again. And then the balance starts to happen in the most spectacular way, and you become the observer, where you go, wow, I did not know I was carrying that. No wonder my knees have been taking strain. No wonder. Remember, we wait until there's pain. We wait until there's a catalyst for change. And sometimes, and what I've seen as the medium that I am, it's often death, divorce, something that is so destructive to yourself or ourselves. Just most of us that go through a spiritual awakening, I have seen in my journey, and walking with many of you on your journey, has been that something huge kind of presents itself, I don't even know why I use kind of, something huge presents itself. And remember, we shy away from things that we just perhaps don't want to explore. So please know that we're in this together. We're in this transformational year, and we've got this. Become the observer. Let go of attachments. Let go of things that no longer serve you. And that may be relationships. That may be friendships. That may be furniture. That might be books. That might be good old, angel cards. It might be jewelry. It might be stuff that you've looked at and gone, why am I holding on to this? Only you will know. Sit with it, hold it, and just say, okay. It might be letters. It might be cards. It might be something that you're looking at. It might be clothes. Something that you're looking at. It might be addictions to drama. Something that you're looking at and saying to yourself, that reminds me of that person, and I'm going to bless that because I bless and see the person in the light of who they are. And then you let it go. You pass it on with love, or you give it to a charity store, or you perhaps want to sell stuff. It's all just part of this transformation that we're in. And I know, guys, I know that it can be incredibly, incredibly challenging at times, but it takes deep courage, such bravery to show up in the way that we are for ourselves. And it's not to say I don't get scared at times, because I do. My fears can kick in every now and again, and then I will hear my team say, we've got you. And then I feel this incredible amount of warmth around me. We are being looked after. I do know that. It's something that I was not too sure of because of my own doubts that I'd had for a long time. I would love to walk the journey with you. I'd love to show up for you. I would love to just hold your hand and support you and hold space if this message resonates with you. If it does, please go to my website, www.michcarpenter.com. And I'm so excited to share with you that we are all in this together. We really, really are. And the support and love and togetherness that I'm seeing collectively around the world is so miraculous. So thank you for all of you playing your part. The other good news is that all our single supplements for Egypt have been sold. We now only have twin shares, and there are still spaces available. Jill and I are so excited for this journey. Those that are coming already I'm in awe. I'm in awe of those that are feeling the calling. So for those of you that are keen, I'll put the link in the bottom. If you feel the calling, as soon as you hear Egypt or Isis or Thoth or Cleopatra even, and you go, woo, that's your calling, that's your knowing. And it might not be with us, it might be with another group, who knows. But Egypt most certainly just calls us back home. Please, also on another note, join us. I keep being told by some marketers, stop saying please. I can't help it, okay? It just flows off. It's like, guys, if this resonates, please like, subscribe. I know I'm not going to be for everybody, and that's okay. We have the Council of Eight portal this weekend, and I'm going to channel some time either today or tomorrow and put a message out there for the collective, which I look so forward to. But we have it this weekend, your Friday, my Saturday, and I'm incredibly excited to again just share their knowledge. They are bringing incredible frequencies through my voice, and I once again am in awe. So for those of you who are new to channeling, highly recommend it. Beautiful humans come together, and again we just hold one another and hold space with one another. And remember, something that I'm truly stepping into and learning is that love is why we are here. You know, it's one thing that I used to see myself say it and get excited about the hearts. Now it's a real deep sensation of learning to love self, learning to love unconditionally. That source is providing for us. The divine is providing for us. our spiritual teams are providing. They are always, always, always around. And I feel very humbled, very grateful to all of you that are here with me. I love you all, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.